Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with another weekly devotional for you this Wednesday. I'm going to start something new this week as it's the beginning of our new Christian education year here at St. Andrew. We just had Rally Sunday this past Sunday. We talked about our Discipleship Hour classes. We talked about other midweek opportunities to learn and grow in faith. And so I wanted to start with a devotional from Dallas Willard today about discipleship. He says the word disciple occurs 269 times in the New Testament. Christian is found only 3 times and was first introduced to refer precisely to Jesus' disciples. The New Testament is a book about disciples, by disciples, and for disciples of Jesus Christ. But that point is not merely verbal. What's more important is that the kind of life we see in the earliest church is that of a certain type of person. All the assurances and benefits offered to humankind in the gospel evidently presuppose such a life of discipleship and don't make realistic sense apart from it. The disciple of Jesus is not the deluxe or heavy-duty model of the Christian, not the especially padded, textured, streamlined, and empowered version that's ready for the fast lane and the straight and narrow. The disciple stands on the pages of the New Testament as the first level of basic transportation in the kingdom of God. So, Saints, have you ever thought about yourself as a disciple of Jesus Christ? There is actually a denomination, a Christian denomination called the Disciples of Christ. And so those who think of themselves as Presbyterians maybe have never thought of themselves in those terms. But disciples are what we're called to be. Disciple, the word actually means follower, someone who follows the example of, someone who learns from and intentionally patterns themselves after another. And that's what those earliest disciples of Jesus were. That's what they did. For 3 years, they followed him around Galilee, watching him do ministry and picking that up and, copying that, following that example. They saw the way that he spoke to people. They saw the way that he healed people. They saw the way that he cared for them. They saw the way that he interacted with other religious leaders. They saw the way that he interpreted the scriptures. They saw the way that he prayed and the relationship that he nurtured with the Father. And they saw Jesus do these things, and then they likewise tried to do these same things. And Jesus called them, in fact, to do the things that they watched him do. That's the model of discipleship for them. It's still the same model for us. As followers of Christians, or as followers of Christ, we try to imitate his example. We try to understand who he was, what he did, what he valued, and then we try to put the same into practice ourselves. And disciple making is an ongoing process. It's not easy, it's not one and done, but it is something that every Christian is called to. There's no kind of hierarchy where you start out as a Christian and then you become a disciple. Discipleship is the core of what it means to follow Jesus. And so that's one of the reasons why we changed the language of our Sunday school program to the Discipleship Hour. That was an intentional decision that our session made a couple of years ago, because we want to focus not just on school gives the impression of education, that what we're doing is imparting knowledge, but actually what we're focusing on is forming people and transforming them, teaching and reshaping them into a new way of life. There are lots of opportunities to do that at St. Andrew on a Sunday morning. There are lots of other opportunities throughout the week with other various classes for different groups, different life stages, and different needs. And part of what we did at Rally Day was we explained all of that, and we encouraged people to find the one that matches them, that meets their needs, that will help move them forward in that discipleship journey. And that's what I want to encourage you again today in this devotional. I want you to think about, what is it that you pattern your life after, whether that's intentionally or unintentionally? And what would it look like for you to more intentionally pattern your life after Jesus? How could you find resources? How could you find support in that project? That's your devotional this week. And I hope it's helpful. Hope it's worth thinking about. Hope you're doing well and staying healthy. And I hope you'll be praying for me. I'll be praying for you. I'll see you all again soon. Take care, saints.